Hello guys, welcome to this weekly outlook. How are you guys doing? How was your week? How was your trading week? I hope it went well. So let's do our weekly outlook as usual. Let me start from GBPUSD. So I'm using the weekly time frame. Let's start from the weekly. As I said last week on GBPUSD analysis, I told you guys about us being bearish from the higher time frame perspective, that is the weekly time frame. See, we have been coming down, and just this push can't make us to just reverse. Market is bearish. We can have a deeper pullback, but that doesn't mean that this candle can make everything just turn around and start going up. So right now we are still bearish. The weekly candle closed very bearish. Down to our daily time frame, you see that the weekly was still bearish, and it came here to this line that I drew, and from here we started coming down again. Now let me just clear the chart and make a fresh analysis. Let me just clear the chart and make fresh analysis. As you can see now on GBPUSD, we are bearish on weekly time frame. As you can see, we are making lows on GBPUSD. As you can see, we are bearish. Then see here, it came to this OB and it's continue going down. Here we are bearish. Down to our daily time frame, you can see that there was an OB here. It came here, tested it, and we are flushing down. There's nothing really to be analyzed here. All you have to just do is draw our zone. Yes, sell side liquidity. Here is where we should be attacking next. Here, because we are bearish on our daily time frame perspective, and we are expected to come here to clear this liquidity and make new. On our 4H time frame, that is the 4-hour time frame, you can see that GBPUSD has been bearish. It ended the week bearish, but we started the week bullish. As you can see, we started the week from here. Here was an OB here. It came up, came back, make a break of structure, but this didn't really close well. But it came back here to test this OB and it continued going higher. And now this was not really a structural change though. I can't really say this was a structural change here, but you can see that we came here. Now the structural change happened mainly from here. Yes, then from there we came here to fill this fair value gap here. Came to fill here. And now we are coming down. So came to this fair value gap, filled it, and now we are coming down. We are expected to continue making new lows on GBPUSD. Let me check our 1-hour time frame to see what's happening here. As you can see on our 1-hour time frame, there was an equal low that happened here. I think this has already been cleared. There's an equal low here. Let me just put yeah, there was an equal low here. It came to clear it, made the rejection, pull back, maybe to this OBs here. Here is an OB, then we are coming lower. Now we should expect GBPUSD to go lower. Even if we see some kind of push, we expect a more bearish momentum on GBPUSD. So that is that on GBPUSD. Let's go to our EURUSD. On our EURUSD, let me start from the weekly to see what really happened. Our EURUSD has been bearish also, that is, EURUSD has been bearish as well on higher time frame perspective. As you can see on our weekly, we kept, this was the last week close though. Or if you check our weekly time frame, you will notice that EURUSD has been bearish on the weekly time frame perspective. As you can see here, it came like all this zone here, it was filled on weekly. It came to fill here, it pushed down, clearing, attacking this low, and now we are making another low. We made another low, and now it retraced a bit to this OB here. This is an OB, and now we are flushing down, and this is a very bearish close, weak closure. So you should be very careful with this kind of closing, not trying to find the market to buy it upward, because it's showing us that it's very bearish overall. And down to our daily time frame perspective, you can see that I draw this zone last week on EURUSD. You can see we came here to this OB here, like the OB that was on weekly time frame. It came here, tapped it, and now we are flushing down. Now we should expect EURUSD at least to attack this next low, this low here. So let me just clear it out and make a fresh analysis. So on EURUSD, you can see that we have been bearish overall, and then we came here to fill all these imbalances here. Some people call it fair value gap. I say this is an imbalance here. Then here is an OB here that it came to fill. It's filled this OB here, and it's attacked this low, clearing the sell side liquidity and making a structure change to the downside here. We made a structure change to the downside, and now after making this structure change, it went down, and now we saw a huge push. I think last week we saw a push here to this OB again, coming to this OB here. I don't want to make the line the same, because the OB happened, the candle closure opening, sorry, it's closed here. The candle opening would have been better, but we have already had a line right here. So let's just make use of it. It came to this OB, now we are heading lower. Now we should expect EURUSD. We should expect a flush down to this sell side liquidity on EURUSD. So let me just mark that. So on our EURUSD, we have very bearish as well. Down to our daily time frame, let me see what's happening here. On our daily time frame, you can see that everything is already marked. Everything is already marked from the weekly. It's just aligning on the daily, perfectly aligning. As you can see here, but there was a break of structure here on the daily time frame. Break of structure there, and now we went slower. You can also adjust this here. We should expect more downside, or it should sweep this sell side liquidity. And that is that on EURUSD. There's nothing really to be analyzing on EURUSD that much, and you can see that our 4-hour has changed structure to bearish structure here on the 4-hour time frame. And now highest, we should expect some kind of push to this side and then maybe a drop. But presently, all I can see here is another OB that formed on 4-hour here. So we should be very watchful of this zone here. Let me just make this and just leave it like that. Yeah? So as you can see here, EURUSD started the week from here. It's made an OB here. It came back to fill this OB here, and then it started continue going higher from here. It's continue going higher. So that is that on EURUSD. As you can see, it's made an OB here. It's went up like a week, but this would have been a break of structure on the 1 hour time frame perspective. This will be a clear break of structure. Now it came back to fill this OB here, and it went higher to reach this OB on the higher time frame. Now it's coming down with bearish momentum. Can we see more downside on EURUSD? As for me, I feel the EURUSD will continue going lower because it hasn't shown us yet that it's going to reverse on the price action side. So we should expect more downside on EURUSD. Alright, let's go to our S&P. I think I should be doing more of the major pairs. Maybe I should be analyzing all the majors in the weekends. I think I'll think about that. I feel like analyzing all the majors would be very interesting on my weekly outlook because it's analyzing should be part of traders. Like traders should try to be analyzing pairs to see what's really happening in pairs, even though they don't really trade them. But as for me, I swing trade the pairs, like the currencies. I do try to take some swing opportunities when I see one in any one of them, majorly the major pairs. That is, when I see a swing opportunity on the major pairs, I try to partake in the move. So let me just go to our NASDAQ and the S&P. On our S&P 500, you can see here that I said last week that we should continue after we filling this OB here. Maybe we'll continue lower, but S&P clear sweep this low. It wasn't really a break of structure. It went down lower, as I said, but it wasn't really a break of structure. That's why I used to be very skeptical in each low. I know what I'm doing when I see a low being cleared, because one thing comes to my mind when a low gets cleared: is it a grab of liquidity? If it's a grab of liquidity, I'll observe what's really happening in that low. And the other thing used to come to my mind is that maybe we are continuing the structure change. That is, we might continue going to the downside if it's a bearish trend, and maybe we might continue going to the upside if it's for the bullish trend. So here it came here, but it came down, came to this OB here, but continue going higher. This bullish close will signifying me that okay, there won't be any form of reaction from this zone here. So it's continue going higher. Now it's made a high, clear these two structure that made a low, and again continue bearish, and a forward chain to bearish. So let me just clear the chart and make fresh analysis. So on S&P, let me start from the weekly time frame. On our S&P, you can see that we are bearish again on our weekly time frame. As you can see here that was being cleared. Also here, that has been cleared. Also, let me just make this clearer, wider. As you can see here, it's cleared this buy side liquidity, and then we are flushing lower. We have already cleared this sell side liquidity here right now. So we should be very skeptical in each low that has been cleared, because those sometimes it's a trap when a low has been cleared. They trap the sellers or the buyers. If it's a high, they trap the buyers, and if it's sell, they trap the sellers. So something like that. As you can see here, it cleared the low. And our daily time frame also, you can see we have been bearish from our daily time frame perspective also. After it cleared this buy side liquidity that was here, we started making a bearish trend on our S&P 500. You can see here was an OB here, and then it came over to break the structure. You can see here there was structure change here, and this pushed down, which made another break of structure, and an immediate OB happened here. Also it will continue going higher, continue going higher, continue the bearish trend. And last week we made a structure here, and this market pushed to break the structure. This we should be very careful. Let me go to the forward for it to be clearer. On our 4-hour time frame view, we can see that some kind of low that was cleared here from our 4-hour view, and then this was a high, relative equal high, that was cleared before we made the low, and then we made the low, and the structure started changing from here last week. This will have been an invalidation of what I was saying last week. I said you have cleared this, made the structure change, and maybe continue going lower from here, but there was an invalidation that happened here, and now we should only be looking for buy as this happened. And after that, something happened here from our 4-hour time frame view. Then immediately that happened, there was some kind of change of structure that happened here, and I think we ended the week bearish on S&P. Yeah, as you can see from there, we are bearish, or officially bearish on our 4-hour time frame perspective view. So now what should we be expecting on S&P? Let me check. As for me, I will only stay flat in this kind of scenario because we are not close to this kind of zone. Because if we were close to here, we have said that okay, we should expect something like this, maybe then a push down. But still, you should be very careful with this kind of zone here. Maybe a continuation downward can happen from here. So, and for me, I'm bearish. I'm bearish on S&P. So that is that on S&P. Expecting more downside when I see an opportunity to short the market. Now going to our NASDAQ. NASDAQ, you can also see that here it went down lower on NASDAQ after their last week analysis. I said we were expecting something like a push down and maybe a continuation, a push up to this OB here, this OB that was marked here, then maybe a continuation low, but it didn't happen like that on NASDAQ. And here you can see that NASDAQ went up, also did exactly like what S&P did here. Then it came break structure here and heading low. Let me just make a fresh analysis on NASDAQ. So on our NASDAQ, let me start from the weekly time frame view. As you can see here on NASDAQ, we have already cleared this low as well on NASDAQ, sell side liquidity zone. And also here here is our key zone to be watched now on NASDAQ. And down to our daily time frame view, we can see that on our NASDAQ, we started making a bearish move from here on the daily. And since then, I think we have been bearish on NASDAQ. NASDAQ officially was bearish from here, and now we continue flowing with the bearish trend. You can see here there was an OB here that NASDAQ came to tap before it flushed down, causing another break of structure that happened here. And then we made a low from there, cleared this sell side liquidity zone, and now we cleared it and we saw a nice reaction from there. Clearing this high, what should we be expecting from here? Because to me, we are still overall very bearish. So this might be a liquidity grab to continue lower on NASDAQ. On our 4-hour time frame, let's analyze to see what really happened here. And you can see here on our 4-hour time frame, at first there was some kind of break of structure that happened here during the last week opening. I think this was on Monday. And then you can see we now officially changed to bearish here before the week close. Here we changed to bearish here, and there was some kind of liquidity grab that happened here before we officially changed bearish. So now you can see that we are now bearish on NASDAQ from our 4-hour time frame. And what should we be expecting now is some kind of push to continue the bearish trend. So that is that on NASDAQ. It's really not that clear on NASDAQ, but you should be very skeptical with what's happening on the 4-hour time frame view. On our time frame, we are nowhere, but we are bearish on 1 hour as well. So that is that on NASDAQ. Let me show you some of my swing trade on last week. I missed a lot of swing trades last week. Like a lot of swing trade opportunity. I set sell limit on the swing opportunity, but it didn't pick me, and it was so touching me. Like, it's very touching for you to set an order and it's not getting picked before the move happened. It's very painful, eh? But you can't do anything when that kind of scenario, that kind of thing happen. Just bear with it. I can see here on GBP card we have very bearish from the higher time frame perspective. We have been bearish, and then we cleared this something like relative equal highs that happened here, and now I saw some kind of bearish momentum that started happening on our 4-hour time frame, and then I wanted to capitalize on the move. But what really happened, I set my sell limit here, but it didn't get picked. I set it, I think it was Thursday to Friday, and this move happened on Friday during the NFP. At first this move happened, didn't pick me, then this happened during the NFP and still didn't pick me, and NASDAQ and GBP card flushed down. This was how many pips? It's flushed down like 200 pips. Just imagine. So, and that is that on GBP card. Let me show you some other swing idea that I wanted to capitalize on. This was also a lot of missed trade on GBP JPY. On our GBP JPY, you can see that there was some kind of bearish signal that started happening on our 4-hour time frame perspective, knowing well that our daily and weekly was bearish. Even though our monthly was bearish, I wanted to use our daily and weekly time frame to pick the swing opportunity. Then checking our weekly as well, we're bearish because of this massive push clearing all these lows. Now we were bearish officially on our weekly time frame and also on our daily time frame, but there was no real zone to be picking the bearish. But I saw an opportunity in 4 hours, so I wanted to capitalize on that. As you can see here, this was my first entry. It was also missed. Just imagine. Last week was so funny, like a lot of missed trade. Just see how close this was. Just see how close. It will have been a nice entry. And also I set another sell limit from here immediately I saw this kind of push. Then I thought, okay, maybe on NFP we'll see some massive push to the upside before we start plummeting maybe to the downside after picking my order. But unfortunately that didn't happen. On NFP we're just ranging. We're range bound on the NFPD. So that was how my weekly swing opportunity was. And then on EURUSD, I saw some late swing during the week close. Sorry, this AU. On EURUSD, I saw something interesting on EURUSD. Knowing that our EURUSD went to key zone before starting to plummet down, maybe attacking the next zone, which is this sell side liquidity zone. I wanted to pick some kind of, I wanted to participate in the move that will happen. So after it's coming to this zone here, I already knew that okay, we might start heading lower on our EURUSD. And also you see that we saw some kind of bearish momentum to the downside starting to happen on our 4-hour time frame view. And you can see here nice push to the downside coming back to this OB here, and now we might see a continuation to the downside. Nobody knows, but I already entered my trade and I'm already risk free on this trade. Let's see how the trade plays out next week on EURUSD. Even though it comes to hit me in break even, I will still be looking for short opportunity on EURUSD. And that is that on EURUSD as well. Hope you guys have a good trading week. Also, you guys should remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be dropping all my trades here on YouTube, my analysis. In fact, I really want to do more, just that I'm not in the right space to be doing a lot of videos right now, because I used to do a lot of crazy stuff during the weeks, and I would have liked to be dropping all of them for record purpose on this YouTube channel. Hope you guys like and subscribe, support me on this channel, and bye for now, guys. See you guys next week. I hope you guys have a great trading week.